Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on A plus 2. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter number 3. The lessons we're going to cover today are greatest common factor, least common multiple, divisibility. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I am on grade 5 math. Let's just start with the chapter number 3. So let's just start with the lesson, this greatest common factor. Let's just start with the lesson. What is the greatest common factor of 10 and 4? So you have to write down the factors of 4, right? Factors, greatest common factor you need to find, right? Factors are the numbers that when multiplied make a specific number. For example, you have to make 4. So how do you make 4? 1 times 4 is 4 and 2 times 2 is 4, right? So that means 1, 4 and 2 are the factors of 4. You can, when you multiply these numbers, they makes 4, right? So factors are the numbers that when multiplied make a specific number. So here we have to find the greatest common factor, right? The greatest common factor of two numbers. So that means you need to write down the factors of both the numbers. For example, here you have, hold on. Here you have the example, write the greatest common factor of 10 and 4. You can see the factors of 10, right? 1 times 10 is 10 and 2 times 5 is 10. So they all the numbers 1, 10, 2 and 5, they are the factors of 10, right? Same way the factors of 4, 4, 2 and 1. You have to find the greatest common factor. The number that is the greatest one. So the greatest common factor is 2. Everyone, can you hear me? Let's just start with the practice question. Let's just start with the test questions, right? Best common factor of 6 and 4. So let's just write down the factors of 6 and 4. So first I'm going to write down the factors of 6, then we'll write down the factors of 4. So what are the factors of 6? The factors of 6 are 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6, right? So the factors are 1, 2, 3 and 6. They are the factors of 6. Got it? Now you have to write down the factors of 4. They are 1, 2 and 4. So which is the common factor? The greatest number that is common is 2. Very good. The correct option is 2. So the greatest common factor, you can say GCF is 2. Got it? The correct option is 2. Very good. What is the greatest common factor of 9 and 6? So let's just write down the factors of 9 and 6, right? Yes, very good. That is 3, but let's just write down the factors. Factors of 9. 1 times 9 is 9 and 3 times 3 is 9, right? So the factors of 3 and 9. Same, we need to write down the factors of 6. That is 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6. So which is the greatest number that is common? The greatest common number is 3. If you have any question about factors, you can please ask. The correct option is 3. The correct option is 3. The greatest common factor is 3. Got it? What is the greatest common factor of 6 and 10? So basically, we need to find out the greatest common factor, right? So for the greatest common factor, we need to write down the factors of every number. Factor means when you multiply the number that makes 6, right? For example, you need to write down the factors of 6. So which numbers when multiplied make 6? 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6. They are the factors of 6. Got it? Same way you need to write down the factors of 10. 1 times 10 is 10 and 2 times 5 is 10. These are the factors of 10. So which is the common factor? Is 2. The greatest common factor is 2. The correct option is 2. What is the greatest common factor of 10 and 8? Let's just write down the factors of 10. 1 times 10 is 10. 2 times 5 is 10, right? Now let's just write down the factors of 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. So which is the greatest common number? The correct option is, yes, that is 2. The correct option is 2. Got it? What is the greatest common factor of 8 and 6? Why? Someone explain. Why don't you listen to me? I am explaining. I am explaining on the board. Listen to me carefully. We have to write down the factors of 8 and 6. Let's just write down the factors of 8 first, right? Factors are the numbers. For example, you have to make 8. Which two numbers when multiplied makes 8? 1 times 8 is 8, right? And 2 times 4 is 8. Do you have any other two numbers that when multiplied makes 8? Kelly, you have to answer. For the 8, we have now 1, 2, 4, and 8. They are the factors of 8, right? Same way, we need to write down the factors of 6. The factors of 6 are 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6. So which is the common number? Common number means the number that is in both the factors. The number that is written in both the factors, you can see here 2. So that means the GCF is 2. The correct option is 2. How you are answering 2 then if you don't know? The correct option is 2. What is the greatest common factor of 6 and 9? Which is the correct option? The greatest common factor of 6 and 9 are that is 3. The correct option is 3. You need to write down the factors of 6, right? The factors of 6 are 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 3 is 6. Now you have to write down the factors of 9. 1 times 9 is 9 and 3 times 3 is 9. So the correct option is 3. If he is your brother, you have to explain her. The greatest common factor is 3. Or ask him to listen to me carefully. The correct option is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the greatest common factor of 4 and 6? Which is the correct option? The greatest common factor of 4 and 6 are the correct option is 2. The GCF is 2. Very good. What is the greatest common factor of 10 and 4? The greatest common factor of 10 and 4 are the correct option is 2. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is least common multiple. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is least common multiple. What is the least common multiple of 12 and 3? Now you have to write down the multiples, right? Multiple means multiplying. So what are the multiples? Like for example, you are given the number 12. You have to write down the multiples of 12. So you have to multiply the other numbers with 12. Like 12 times 1 is 12, 12 times 2 is 24, 12 times 3 is 36. These are the multiples of 12. You are multiplying 12 with the other numbers. So these are the 12, right? Now you have to write down the multiples of 3, right? Multiple means the tables, right? For example, the tables of 3, you have to write down the numbers that are in table of 3. They are 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. You have to find out the common number. the smallest number that is common. So the smallest number that is common is 12. So the correct option is 12. Can you guys please stop chat? You guys are here to learn, so please focus on the learning. This way the other students got distracted, so please don't chat. The practice question, let's just start with the practice questions. Common multiple of 9 and 8. So you have to write down the least common multiple of 9 and 8, right? So let's just write down the multiples of 9 and 8. So the multiples of 9 are 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 2 is 18, sorry, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 3 is 27, 9 times 4 is 36, 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 6 is 54, 9 times 7 is 63, 9 times 8 is 72. Now let's just write down the multiples of 8. 8 times 1 is 8, 2 16, 3 is 24, 8 times 3 is 4 is 32, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 times 6 is 48, 8 times 7 is 56, 8 times 8 is 64, and 8 times 9 is 72. So the smallest number that is common is 72. You don't have any other number common before 72. So the correct option is 72. The correct option is 72, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. The least common multiple is 72. The correct option is 72. The next one is, what is the least common multiple of 6 and 8, which is the correct option? The correct option is 24 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 24. What is the least common multiple of 6 and 7? What is the least common multiple of 6 and 7, which is the correct option? But this isn't 8. That is 6 times 6 and 7. So the correct option is 42. Option number 2 is the correct option. The correct option is 28. It is option number 2 is the correct option, right? What is the least common multiple of 2 and 11, which is the correct option? The correct option is 22. It is option number 2 is the correct option. What is the least common multiple of 9 and 6, which is the correct option? The correct option is 18. It is. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is divisibility rules, word problems. Let's just start with the next lesson, right? So let's just start with the first lesson, that is there are, okay, let's just start with the practice questions, right? They are already solved. You can have a look on them later today. Let's just start with the test questions. Molly is arranging the photographs for her high school yearbook. She needs to put the same number of photographs in each row with no photographs left over. Molly has 663 photographs to arrange. How many photographs she put in each row? So you have to see 663 is divided by which number? 9, 3, 5, and 2. You don't have to actually divide. You have to do the divisibility rules. You have to apply the divisibility rules. So we did the divisibility rules lesson last week on Thursday. If you need multiply with the divisibility rules, you can go through the lesson, right? 663. Let's just start with the smallest number 2. You cannot divide 663 by 2. Why? Because the ones digit is neither. If the ones digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, that means you can divide the number by 2. But here you have 3. That means you cannot divide this number by 2. Now let's just apply the divisibility rule for 3. The divisibility rule for 3 is you have to add up all the digits. That is 12, 13, 14, 15. If 15, the sum is divisible by 3, 15 is divisible by 3, yes it is. That means 3 is the number. 663 is divisible by 3. That means in each row she can put 3 photographs. The correct option is 3. Got it? The correct option is 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. A soda company makes different flavors of soda. Last year, the company produced the same number of bottles of each flavor. If the company produced 6228 bottles of soda in the last year, how many different flavors could the company make? So, which is the correct option? You have to see the numbers are 3, 5, and 10, right? The divisibility rule for 10 is the ones digit must be 0, but here you have 8. That means the number is not divisible by 10, right? And the divisibility rule for 5 is the ones digit must be either 5 or either 0. The ones digit is neither option 3. Just add these digits because that is the divisibility rule for 3. 8 and 2, 10 and 2, 12 and 6, 18. 18 divided by 3, yes, you can. That means 6228 is divisible by 3. The correct option is very good. 3 it is. The correct option is 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. There are 9,490 paper clips in the boxes in supply cabinet. If each box contains the same number of paper clips, how many boxes could there be? So which is the correct option? The correct option is the correct option is yes, 10 it is option number 2 is the correct option. 10 is the correct option. Very good. There are 50 sixth graders at Danny's school. There are the same number of students in each sixth grade class. How would there be at the Danny's school? The correct option is, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 10 again, because you have a 0 with 5. That means the number is divisible by 10. You have 0 as a last digit. That means the number is divisible by 10. The correct option is 10. Leila wants to arrange 92 roses in the vases. How many roses could she put in each vase without having any leftover flowers? So, which is leftover roses? So, which is the correct option? 92 it is. You have to apply the divisibility rules. 5, then 92 is not divisible by 5, right? Let's just add 9 plus 2 is 11. You cannot divide 11 by 3, right? That means the number is not divisible by 3. The divisibility rule for 4 is the last two digits is must be divisible by 4. Let's just check if 92 is divisible by 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. That means the number is divisible by 4, because 92 is divisible by 4. So the correct option is 92. The correct option is 4, right? A dish company needs to ship order of 616 glass bowls. The company will put the bowls into several boxes. Each box must contain the same number of balls. How many boxes could the company use for the order? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 2 is the correct option, right? The correct option is 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is number theory. The lessons we have covered today are greatest common factor, least common multiples, and divisibility rule word problems, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask questions here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.